Hi, Kushel. This is Jay Kelly, and I'm a photographer, and I want to redo my website. I bought a template, a theme, a WordPress theme. Um, but before I get into that, I'll just show you that this is my current website at prostudioj.com. I really like the way this website looks and feels. Uh, it's very simple, it's very clean, and that's what I want. And I'd like you to um, use the same coloring here. I have like kind of a bluish gray, and this kind of a little bit of a transparent bar here. Um, and also there's a little bit of a transparent bluish gray at the bottom as well. So I like this website. The reason why I need to change it is because it's all Flash, and Flash is pretty much heading out. A lot of people can't see it on their mobile devices and on their computers, so that's why this site needs to be changed. So, but for the new site, I want to do something. Essentially, this is the design that I'd like, but the sort of shell, the frame of it. Uh, but let me go into Uncode. This is the theme that I bought, the WordPress theme that I bought, and so instead of just like what we saw before, this, when they first come to the homepage, I would like them to come to this, which is, except that I think instead of 4 columns, I would like to make it 3 bigger columns. So yeah, and so that way, the images can be bigger. Instead of just 4 columns, would just make it three and make the images bigger. And then also, so when the user comes to the homepage, they see this within that frame of my old website. That sort of same similar design, the frame, and so they come to this with all these images loading, and except they would be bigger, and it's just 3 columns, as I mentioned, and then every, let's say, 5 images. So let's say this one would be text. It would be a testimonial. So instead of a picture here, that would be text. So the user could click on that and it would open to full screen, just like my current site does. It would open to full screen like this. So I want to, for the galleries, I want to mimic this again. Full screen, arrows, very simple. And also when the user clicks on the image, it also will advance. But we have 2 arrows here if they want to go back. Um, so that's what this would take them to the gallery if they wanted to click on these things. So this would be about 50 images, I would say, and every 5 images, maybe every 4 or 5 images, we have like a testimonial randomly in there. And hopefully the images will be big enough so that they could actually read the testimonial even if they didn't click on it. So then after this format of, let's say, 50 images, and by the way, the whole target of this website is mostly about business photography and corporate photography and headshots. So that's kind of my target audience, primarily for this website. So after 50 images of this, then they would keep scrolling down, and then that would bring them to this. So I like the format of this. So this is like, if you can imagine, and I will send you the URL for this. So imagine that the 50 images is in this place here, instead of these single images. And then they keep scrolling down and it brings them to this format. And I like, I want to have these things here. Let me refresh the page so I can show you what it looks like. Having these sort of counters, um, I think are great. It's kind of fun. It's very visual. Having images and then, quotations or testimonials, that's what I want to see. So after the 50 images here, then we come to like all this stuff, about Studio J. Although I'm not sure if I would do that here. I would just do all the testimonials right off the bat. So like images and then testimonials right beside it, or you know, I think the about Studio J will come near the end. I think it's better to put in testimonials right away. So just you can just sort of follow this format. So that would all be the home page, the first page. And then if they want to, just like in my old website, if they want to, see further galleries, it would be just like this format. So you can use this as the model. Very large images, they load very fast and they kind of fade in and fade out. And it looks very good. And it's all very big and visual. So I hope that's clear. When they do click into the galleries, that it comes to this kind of format like this. There's a little bit of a flaw in my current website. Like this is not going away, which is really irritating. And so I think that is clear. So I'm just going to show you, like, this is what someone else, I did hire someone to do WordPress, but they didn't follow my instructions, which was really frustrating. Of course, I told them 3 columns and they didn't make 3 columns and they didn't insert the testimonials. But this is some of the things they did, they got right. I don't want to have this paraflax effect here because it cuts off the images. But this kind of thing, that we have, testimonials and pictures. So these testimonials are about weddings. I don't want weddings in there, for the beginning of this. I mean, I could have them sort of later in the testimonials. That would be fine. But, for the homepage, like I said, we're targeting, corporate stuff. This testimonial is very good, with images on the side. Of course, the image placement is not right in this, like she's being cut off. So, of course, we don't want to do that. So yeah, this is quite good. Now, in terms of font and styling, I don't like this kind of font and styling. I would want to stay with something very classy and clean, like this font and styling. This is much more, very clean and classy is what I want it to look like. Whereas this does not look clean and classy. It looks, well, you can see sort of the parallax effect is not serving these images very well. It's also cutting people off, and so we don't want to do that, I think. And so that is, this is very good. Like where we have images and then testimonial in the middle. I don't know what this line is doing there, so we don't want these kind of lines in there. But I will give you, all this, all these URLs so you can look at them for reference. So just to recap, basically, it would look something like this, except that it would look like, more like my website. You see, this is not. Oh, come on. Yeah, now it's going away, but sometimes it just sticks there, and I don't know why it sticks there. Basically, just to re-summarize, this is the frame that we're looking for. We want to have this uncode effect from my theme, which is 3 columns across, so the images would be bigger, and then every 5 images a testimonial. And then and then after those 50 images, we would go into this kind of format with, these fun little counters, and they would be like, number of clients and so forth. I mean, I can edit those. So I might put like numbers of cups of coffee, numbers of clients. I think we did it here. What was it we put here? Executive shots taken, customers served, corporate events, dedication to service, that kind of thing that we would put here. And then you just follow this format for the home page. And then if someone wants to click on the galleries, they would be taken to a format like this, big, very clean. If they click on the image, it advances. And if they click on the arrows, it advances or reverses. So I think that's it. I'm trying to think if that's all. So I do have this uncode theme that I bought, as I told you. I can send you that. I'm not sure the best way to send that because I think it's pretty big. And I can send you all these URLs for your reference. And I will upload this video to YouTube so that you can watch it and you can reverse it and so forth. But this is kind of the best way for me to show you what I want, and to explain this in words would be really impossible. Okay, so thank you so much, and I look forward to working with you.